Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Let the meltdown begin. Leftoids are big mad, and I mean big mad, because Donald Trump was given a platform to do something truly evil, atrocious. Donald Trump was given a platform to speak. Oh, that should definitely be illegal. Here we go again with all of these whiny crybabies who also happen to be total authoritarians. Of course, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is leading the freaking charge. Not much more that needs to be said in the intro. Let's take a look at what these blabbering leftoids are saying this time. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so somebody needs to check in on Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Representative AOC. Are you okay?
I was murdered. You were murdered. Okay,
AOC takes to Twitter to write, CNN should be ashamed of themselves. They have lost total control of this, quote, town hall. I don't know why it's a, quote, town hall, but anyways. To again be manipulated into platforming, election disinformation, defenses of January 6th, and a public attack on abuse victim. The audience is cheering him on, laughing at the host. Now, firstly, you gotta love the self-righteousness and downright manipulation. Defenses of January 6th. So you're not allowed to defend anybody on January 6th, right? That's the official narrative AOC is pushing here. Are you arguing that people who were involved on January 6th do not have the right to have a legal defense or to be defended at all? Sounds kinda stupid to me. Essentially what she's saying is, how dare somebody have a differing opinion? She also claimed that Donald Trump engaged in a public attack on a abuse victim. She's of course referring to E. Jean Carroll. There's no proof that she is a victim outside of a laughable New York City jury decision in a libel case. And of course the first issue that she brings up, platforming Donald Trump's disinformation. Again, information that she doesn't like is supposedly disinformation. I'm just gonna say two things or two acronyms here. The CIA and the FBI. We'll move on from that topic because YouTube doesn't like it very much. But again, other people's opinions are dangerous misinformation that should be censored by major media organizations, says the person fighting fascism. Somebody make it make sense, my brain hurts. AOC also took to MSNBC to vent her frustration.
I know you said earlier that you will not comment on the platforming of such atrocious disinformation, but I would. I think it was a profoundly irresponsible decision. I don't think that I would be doing my job if I did not say that. And what we saw tonight was a series of extremely irresponsible decisions that put a sexual abuse victim at risk, that put that person at risk in front of a national audience, and I could not have disagreed with it more. It was shameful.
Now, this literally seems like emotional manipulation, avoiding any of the topics and using this sensitive issue with this unproven claim, pretending as if it's fact, and then taking the fact that Donald Trump essentially denied the claim and called this person, well, a nut job, to drum up some sort of outrage as if now her life is in danger and it was an incitement to violence yet again. It's unbelievable. These twisted emotional manipulation tactics that these leftoids use are clear as day, and I hope most people can see right through it. These leftoids use all of these slick tactics. They think we're dumb, but at the end of the day, let's really boil things down to the simple. They're just mad because they're losing. They lost Twitter, they lost CNN, well, they maybe half lost CNN. They're angry that Donald Trump isn't getting shut down. I mean, from their perspective, how they were celebrating just a couple weeks ago, by now, I mean, at this point, you'd expect Donald Trump to be in jail in an orange jumpsuit in prison. But instead, he's walking out on that CNN stage to a standing ovation.
Former President Donald Trump.
And hitting great little one-liners here and there, making the crowd laugh and making Caitlin Collins look like a completely disingenuous fool. They're mad because he's a superstar. And of course, what do you think the headlines look like after the Donald Trump town hall? Well, exactly as you might expect. Here's an opinion piece from Mediaite. CNN's disastrous Trump town hall shows news events need to stop having live audiences. About 1 hour into what was already an unmitigated disaster for Chris Litch's CNN, former President Donald Trump shot a scornful look at his inquisitor, Caitlin Collins. He'd already had a number of testy exchanges with her, but now he was sizing her up for the kill shot. "You're a nasty person, I'll tell you," Trump said. And with that, the crowd of approximately 400 people, a crowd which CNN identified as Republicans or Republican-leaning independents, went absolutely berserk. They hooted, they hollered, they whooped it up as their hero made mincemeat of the fake news. Yup. I mean, I'm failing to see the issue here. Republican voters and independent Republican voters agreed with Donald Trump's framing, and frankly, I mean, it was clear as day she was awful, a complete disgrace to the idea of journalism. Most people who were watching, most people paying attention, were clearly able to tell that Caitlin Collins' intent the entire time was to ask ridiculous gotcha questions and to focus on nonsense, frivolous garbage, or Democrat narrative issues pertaining to the last election in January 6th. I think the crowd was probably a better representation of the overall sentiment of that town hall, but of course, because it didn't go their way, well, now live events should be banned. These news events in these town halls shouldn't exist. When Joe Biden or Hillary Clinton did their town halls and it was a mostly left-wing audience, when Joe Biden stands on that stage and Joe Biden says, "Orange man bad," and the whole freaking crowd claps like a bunch of seals. When he stands up and says, "Abortion up until all the way 9 months," and he gets a freaking standing ovation, I'm sure that's fine. But Donald Trump having a favorable reaction from the crowd, "That should be illegal. It should be illegal for this man to speak because he says things I disagree with." And having a live audience of people who agree with him, that should also be illegal. That's essentially the leftoid stance. It's the most pathetic thing I've ever heard. Anyways, let's start to wrap this video up slowly. I've collected a bunch of reactions and tweets from La Resistance on Twitter. Here's Jeff Tiedrich, or Tiedrich, whatever his name is. "I wrote a thing about CNN's Trump town hall. CNN doesn't give an F about preserving democracy. Neither does the rest of our S-hole media. Please read and please sign on to my free newsletter to keep getting the good stuff." The preservation of democracy by the means of government and media censorship. Frickin' genius. Joy Behar melts down after Trump town hall, calls Trump supporters a cult. I'm falling asleep. Seems like CNN made a deal with the devil to host that real Donald Trump town hall. They forgot that everything Trump touches dies. The venue, stocked with Trump acolytes, will provide a platform for lies. In the end, CNN will irreparably damage its brand. Earth to Alexander Vindman, they're literally doing this town hall as a way to try to repair their already irreparably damaged brand. Not sure it's working considering the post-analysis, Caitlin Collins' performance in general. CNN is marching towards the right wing, giving comfort to right wing and white supremacists, is having a town hall meeting with Donald Trump. Boycott CNN. And so it's kind of funny. I mean, the ironic part here is all of these leftoids crying out. They're essentially saying that CNN is now irreparably damaged. It's a right-wing network, when they literally brought Donald Trump on not to give him a platform and ask him softball questions like they would with Joe Biden, but they spent the entire time attacking him, attempting to fact-check him with nonsense, non-facts, and trying to catch him with their gotcha questions. They practically did your bidding, leftoids, but it backfired and Donald Trump basically won in the end, just based off that dynamic alone, and now you're big mad. I don't know, I have no patience for any of this nonsense. It's a bunch of copium coming from a bunch of authoritarian control freaks. They just simply cannot handle the fact that they can't control Donald Trump. And that's a good thing, and of course, that's exactly why I like him. That's what I got for you guys too. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Of course, you know we'd love to have you here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.